It's no secret that Mewtwo comes before Mew in the Pokedex, but why? Well, in honor of Mewtwo's birthday month, I'll be answering that very question. First off, let's talk programming. Originally, Mew was never actually supposed to be in the games at all. In an interview with Game Freak from Nintendo Power issue 134, Shigeki Morimoto, a programmer at Game Freak, revealed that he created Mew 2 weeks before the development of Red and Blue was finished. Morimoto stated that, "We'd put Mew in right at the very end. The cartridge was really full and there wasn't much room for much more on there. Then the debug features, which weren't going to be included in the final version of the game, were removed, creating a minuscule 300 bytes of free space. So we thought that we could slot Mew in there. What we did would be unthinkable nowadays." He later goes on to say that Mew being put in was literally a prank, since he was told not to edit the game whatsoever after they went through the debugging process. Mew wasn't supposed to be accessible to the player, since the developers couldn't think of a good way to encounter Mew in-game. But some people ended up with one in their game anyway, due to an unforeseen bug. This later became known as the infamous Mew glitch. So that's why Mewtwo is before Mew in the Pokedex. It was intended to appear in-game, and Mew was not. But what about lore-wise? The only real records of Mew are in the Pokemon Mansion on Cinnabar Island, and those don't even call Mew by name. That's probably because Mew can turn invisible and only shows itself to the pure of heart, meaning few people had ever seen Mew. Few people even knew what they were looking at. Mewtwo, however, was known by many during the events of Red and Blue, so when the Pokedex was created, Mewtwo was put before Mew because people actually knew it existed. They had proof. Now, you're probably thinking, you cover the games, but what about the anime? Well, that's a bit confusing. See, people thought Mew was extinct all the way up until the point where it showed itself to Ash and the gang. But then that confuses things even further, since Mewtwo was just created during the movie, so Mewtwo technically shouldn't even have a full entry by that point, and Mew should still be before Mewtwo since its existence was basically confirmed way before anything in the movie happened, making it an older Pokemon. I don't know. This one's confusing. But the manga, on the other hand, has no excuse. Team Rocket is searching for Mew in the very first chapter of Pokemon Adventures, and Red finds Mew in the very first few pages, fighting Green! And while Team Rocket is searching for Mew to capture it, Mewtwo is in the process of being created since Team Rocket was able to get some of Mew's DNA. So really, anyone outside of Team Rocket shouldn't have any knowledge of Mewtwo, so it makes no sense that Mewtwo comes before Mew, unless Professor Oak has actually been a Team Rocket scientist this whole time. Yeah, I don't think so. But now is not the time for suspicious theories and speculation, so let's review. Why is Mewtwo before Mew in the Pokedex? Looking at the games, it seems to make sense. Mew is intended to be popularized, known, and usable after Mewtwo. Even though the anime convolutes things, it's reasonable to say that there was more known about Mewtwo than Mew, considering Mewtwo was created in a lab and data could be recovered while Mew is an elusive mystery. Meanwhile, the manga completely contradicts the Pokedex, sure, but again, we could come to the rationality that Mew is basically unknown, and nothing more than an urban legend, a fairy tale. I mean, seriously, do you even know how hard it is to encounter Mew? Have you even played Pokemon Snap? Mewtwo, on the other hand, was probably on a lot of front-page news stories. Monster tries to conquer humanity, or something along those lines. Either way, those are the reasons why Mewtwo comes first. He was just recorded first, and was to be released first, before Mew. And of course, Mewtwo is number 1. Happy belated birthday, Mewtwo, and thank you for watching. Epic Mewtwo out, peace.